The deepest longing of any woman is to be in an harmonious, mutually dependent relationship. Simultaneously, this deep longing that we have also produces our greatest pain. As women, we were created in the context of relationship. Genesis 2:18 clearly states, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make him an help, a companion." In the light of this scripture, we can see that we were created in the context of relationship. However, relationship is not our source. God is our source. The problem begins once we start to put more value on our relationship than we put on God. Hi, welcome once again to my channel, Relationship Matters with Modupe Eka. Today's video is going to be a super short one. It's a response to what we talked about last week. Last week we talked about manipulative people. Interestingly, there was so much response. A lot of people decided to private chat me. But today's video is in response to two ladies in particular. A young lady, a lady of 27 years old, and the other one is 40. She is a matured single. The both of them accepted, indeed, they were in a toxic relationship. But the thing is not as bad as I have painted it. The young girl in particular told me something that intrigued me. She said, once we settle down, he's going to change. That's number one myth that nobody should have. You can't change anybody. Your change is dependent on you. I can change myself. My partner can change himself to become the person he wants. But I, as a person, cannot do the change. It is only God who created us that can change us. So don't ever go into marriage with the notion that somebody is going to change after you have settled marriage. It is a self-deceit. The other woman, on the other hand, the matured lady, yes, she said she has been in this relationship for the past 7 years. 7 years. In my mind, I almost built it out that, my dear, I think you've wasted 7 years of your life. Because this man is 45, a matured, grown man whose habits are deeply ingrained, who is inside out formed. This man that we're talking about is already enjoying all the full benefits that a wife has to offer. She cooks a meal, she gives in to free sex, she does everything. They are mutually enjoying each other as husband and wife. And then he hopes that he will still change. Whenever the topic of marriage is discussed, according to her, he would say, don't worry, we will do it next time. Let's have enough money. I don't think we have enough money. There was a time it was, let me buy a car. Then there was a time it was, I don't like this area we are living in. Let me move to a better place. Then we can come. There was a time, I don't want your parents to see me like this. I want to be a better person. And let me have more money. The excuses have been endless when it comes to the topic of marriage. But this same man is indeed a manipulator. She's not comfortable talking before her. She is not comfortable to discuss the real issues of her life. And yet she thinks that, I've spent 7 years of my life Where do I start? Not watch my video on don't date a psychopath, and a second video which is why people remain in toxic relationships. Please do well after now to click on it and watch those two videos. They would give you good and rich understanding of the topic we are discussing. Whenever we compromise our values, our aspirations, our goals, our hope, and our future in order to get married, you have signed on for a life of enslavement. Your values are not supposed to be negotiated. Your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, they should fit with the other person's values, aspirations, and goals. But when you compromise and totally ignore your own needs, essentials, and wants, then you are signing in for a life of enslavement. Without any controversy, a good relationship is about how we navigate our various and numerous differences over politics, over sex, over values, over shared opinions, and all those life issues. How we navigate about it and come into a compromise. Compromise, tolerance, and understanding, they are key in every relationship. However, once you have to compromise to exchange your values and everything that defines you, once you have to compromise everything that makes you you at the expense of who you are, then you are in for trouble. Yes, life and relationship is about compromise, but once you have to compromise at the expense of your values, your identity, who you are, your aspirations, your goals, your dreams, once you compromise all that because you want somebody to marry you, then you are in for a life of struggle. Nobody changes after marriage, like I've pointed out. We are who we are because of our choices. Our choices define us. It is the choices you made yesterday that has determined and defined who you are today. When you make wrong choices now, in the hope that there will be a magic that will turn it around in the future, you are deceiving yourself. Your belief controls your emotions, which dictates your choices, which directly affects your actions. When you believe inside of you that you are not good enough, because it has to do with your self-esteem, you want to compromise everything that defines you in order to get married. You want to compromise your values. You want to compromise your self-esteem. You want to compromise your aspiration, your goals, your dreams, because you want to fit into a mold that has been created by another person for your life. You are in for trouble. When I talk about our beliefs are very, very important. When you believe that your future and your values, your goals, they are important. They are what is going to define you. That is your destiny. When you have strong belief in yourself, you will find out that you would not at any point compromise all those important things just because you want to get married. Because after you've gotten married, whatever you come across in that marriage, you must face it. You have no other choice because you are lying and deceiving yourself. As I noted at the beginning of my video, that the problem begins when we begin to put more value on our relationship than we put on God. The person that makes a choice to compromise who he is, everything about themselves, in order to remain in a relationship obviously has forgotten the reason why he was created by God. When we look unto God, we take ourselves in the light of what God says we are. When you think of yourself as beautifully created in the likeness of God, when you see yourself through the eyes of the Creator, you would not compromise your identity, everything that concerns you, to stay in a relationship. We need to get ourselves together. You need to be whole as a person before you can't compliment the other person. We should learn to take a personal self-audit at times. Look at yourself in the mirror, and at times we need to confront the things we see in that image of ourselves. You need to go into your inner thoughts to ask yourself, what exactly is it that you want from life? How do you want your life to be? What do you want to live on the sand of life? When we're young, we think that the future is far. No, it's not far. The baby steps that we take today, that will all come together and form that future. So don't compromise your value. It's not worth it. Don't compromise your identity. It's not worth it. Don't compromise who you are just because you want to be married. The lady that I'm talking about, the young girl, she is not bold enough to express her true feelings before this guy. She has to constantly be very mindful of what she sees. She's not good enough at anything. When she dresses, oh, this is not nice. You are not like. She compares her to celebrities. Oh, you're getting too fat. Don't eat that. The complaints are endless. And this girl says that, she's always trying. The funny thing about narcissists and psychopaths, manipulative people, is that they would always give you your target, and when you get to that target, they raise the bar. And is this worth it? No, I don't think so. So today, if you are in a relationship, you have not yet targeted enough, I think you should have a rethink. It depends on you. It is your choice. Counseling is not about giving advice. It is about thinking it through. It is about let's reasoning it together. So reason it out for yourself. Make a choice and decide for yourself what is best for you. Until I come your way another time, remember that your choices are what make you. Choose right today so that you will have peace tomorrow. See you next time. Bye.